Anyway, today what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be putting these shocks on. It is Tuesday. I was planning on doing the swamp cooler crap, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's freaking windy again. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to pull the truck in to the garage. I'm going to move the wife's car, pull the truck in, put these shocks on to get that project out of the way. So yeah, anyways, let me get some vehicles moved around. Let me get this car out of here, get the truck pulled in here, and get started on these shocks. I'll probably do the rear shocks first because obviously they're easier, and then I'll tackle the front. So that was a weird turn off. That was my fault. I barely turned the key back and then it rocked back forward. So shut off and turn back on. So that's what that noise was. Anyway, so hopefully the front are easier-ish. I'm feeling they're not going to be that easy. Might be pretty easy to get to for that one. And this one, yeah, it shouldn't be that bad. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna do the rear first, like I said. Get under here and do the rear real quick. So I'll just do one side. They're pretty basic. So let me figure out what tools I need and get back under there. Alright, so the spare tire is going to come out. The spare tire looks pretty well used. It looks pretty beat up. Anyways, and it's the wrong size anyways. So it's a 285/70/17. So I'm going to drop this. Get rid of that tire. Anyways, you got this will fit in there. You got a bolt up there, so it's a 21mm for top and bottom. So I'm gonna stick a ratchet in through here and get to that bolt, and then I'll use a wrench to get to this nut over here. And then for that shock, that one should be pretty easy. Yeah, that one will be easy enough to get to. You just got the 21 up there. I'll zip that off with an impact. And then this one, obviously, same thing. Anyways, and then there's my gooseneck hitch. There's the ball. The ball to the ball. So yeah, so I'm gonna get in here. Oh, jeez. Hold on. Get in here and I guess get started on this. So I don't even they're pretty soft. Pretty soft shock. So I'm gonna go grab something to the tools to take this spare tire out of here so it's out of my way. Alright, so if you ever get a flat, you take one of these ends from all your tools and you stick it in there and you find the other square piece and you stick it in there, I guess. Then you watch the magic happen. Apparently. So, spare tire delete. Anyways, as you can see, there's the square piece that you're going to attach to. Just checking everything, making sure everything's good, because you know, my traction control light's always on. Anyways, I should have done that a long time ago to get more room to get to that. So anyways, let me go grab a new shock and stick that in there. Here we got both them shocks. As you can see, these ones are pretty easy to collapse. And rebound isn't all that great. So I cut one of these off, cut one of them open, see what happens. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Yeah, so there we go. These are pretty solid, but then rebounds. I don't know if you can see that or not. So collapse it. Oh. Rebound goes up pretty quick. As you can see, fully extended. They're both the same length. Maybe you can't see that. You can't see what you guys can see. Set you back farther. So, fully extended, same length. Compress them down. This one obviously goes down a lot easier. And then rebound. I don't know what that one's doing. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. Anyways, that's them. I'll go ahead and stick this one in there. Gotta do, you gotta loosen, take that bolt out, and basically just while I'm under here, just check components and junk. Just check stuff as I go. As you can see, there's grease coming out of the the boot from that brand new Moog. These are all brand new Moog ball joints. Anyway, it's greasable. As you can see, Zerk fitting there, Zerk fitting on top. Anyways, so yeah, gotta undo that bolt. It's gonna be the same on that side. Just checking for oil leaks, which I don't have any oil leaks. Truck doesn't leak any oil. Yeah, and then eventually I'm gonna try to find me a steering stabilizer, or maybe a dual steering stabilizer. I don't really have an issue right now with it, and you know, just check rotors. Anyways, so I'm gonna get to pulling that bolt out, and then I'll get up to the top. That's the shock bolt, and then you got to take the tower off. So you got 1, 2, 3 bolts. So I got to try doing that without falling off this little step stool. Alright guys, got it out. You can always tell when you have a junk company shock. This is actually a Doetsch Tech, D-O-E-T-S-C-H, Deutsch Tech, Dutch Tech. But then you look at the threads of the stud. I mean, this is a 14 millimeter nut. So the diameter of that is probably 3/8 of an inch, whereas this one's about, it's about a 1/2 inch. So, and these washers are a lot thicker than these little stupid washers. Anyway, as you can see, this one was just flopping around in there. They didn't even have it tightened all the way. It was just rubbing. It's not going as planned because of the cheap shock that's in there. These one shocks. They might be an expensive shock, but I highly doubt it. I mean, you look at the bushing that goes in, the sleeve that goes in through the bushing. This is real cheap. It's a rolled bushing. So, you know, you got that line right there. This is a solid steel sleeve. So anyway, these are just going to be better in the long run. So let me get to putting that in, and then, all right guys, just like that, it's all done. A pain in the butt, only because that was my stupidity. I was fighting this side forever and ever and ever, because the compression on these shocks are just so much. Such a pain, man. Like, this side fought me a little bit, but it was my stupid fault, because my brain didn't work until I smashed my knee and almost passed out. Anyways, basically what I didn't do is I should have lifted the truck from the frame, you know, not the suspension. Should have done that to begin with. Had a brain fart, apparently. Anyways, yes, this thing slid back on me. I went sliding down the truck and smashed my knee right into here. Boom! Right into here. And had to sit outside, lay on the ground for a while because I was about to pass out. But anyways, it's all in, it's all done. They're all done. All 4 of them are done. I'm wore out. So these shocks have no rebound or compression, I guess you could call it. And one of these, I think it's this one. One of these it's got a play in it, like as if maybe it was leaking, like it's low on fluid. Also, when you use cheap shocks, what happens is, so this this diameter here, as you can see the gap right there. So what happened was, that was another problem I was fighting, because it should be 1 3/4 of an inch, I believe. Maybe 1 7/8, and this is 1 3/4 inch. So it's about an 1/8 inch smaller, narrow. And one of the problems I was running into is I couldn't get the shock to sit down in its little perch, in its little holder. And because I couldn't do that, I had to try to pry it open. So I had all my pry bars out, claw bars. Not claw bars, that's railroad talk. Crowbars and pry bars out. Just to get the stupid thing to spread open. Still couldn't get them to spread open. So I had to end up using a grinder to grind the new ones down a little bit. Anyways, and this is also another reason why you don't use cheap shocks. These bushings are completely blown out. Bushings are blown out. These stupid things, anytime you get this type of a washer for your shock, you know it's a cheap shock. But anyways, yeah, I'm done. I'm burnt out. I'm over it. So as you could tell, you know, this, I guess this was like this, and I don't know. Anyways, this was a pain in the butt to get off. I had to unthread it all the way off because I couldn't get it off. Basically, what it boils down to, don't buy cheap shocks. I know these were cheap because I had some of these on my Jeep, my Grand Cherokee, and yeah, those shocks blew out all the time. Anytime I drove on the highway, the shocks would blow out, and I'd have to call them up, get new ones sent to me, send those ones back. Anyways, I thought they were a good shock when I bought them for the Jeep. They weren't, because they were cheap. I figured all shocks are the same. They're all made by Gabriel, Monroe, you know, which technically a lot of shocks are until you get into like King. But anyways, whatever. Yeah, I'm done. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry this is a long video. Like, comment, subscribe, do what you guys do. Thank you for subscribing. Later.